everybody. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for your patience. As you can imagine, when you're traveling, with foreign dignitaries, that sometimes the schedule gets a little bit, behind. But we're here now, and I'm going to bring out our very honored guests in a moment. And please, if you could, when they come out, give them a great big Brockton High welcome. So hold on one second. We'll be right out. Thank you, everyone. If you could all be seated, we're going to post the colors. So our Brockton High JROTC color band is now going to post the colors. So please stand for the posting of the colors. Thank you. You may be seated. So, Brockton High, Brockton Boxers, it is my distinct honor today to welcome the President of Cape Verde, José Maria Neves, to speak with you today. During our presentation, I ask for you to remain quiet. Please make sure your cell phones are silenced. So we want to make sure that we give the most respectful audience that we can be as we have this very important world leader here to talk with you today. I would like to introduce to you now City Councilor Moses Rodriguez, who is going to introduce our first singer of the Cape Verdean National Anthem. Mr. Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, Brockton family. Boa tarde. Buenas tardes. First of all, I graduated from this high school as well, some 100 years ago. I was a proud graduate of the class of 1980, which was about 100 years ago. So I'm here today to be a part of this wonderful celebration here in the city of Brockton, more importantly, in the best high school in the country. You know what the old saying is, a politician with the microphone is like a dog seeing a car. Just like the dog cannot let the car go without chasing it, a politician cannot see a microphone without speaking into it. So I was just asked to say a couple words and introduce our singer, but I'm going to say a couple things because I think it's important for all of us. As you know, Cape Verde is a small country off the coast of Africa that doesn't have a great deal of natural resources, but it has one resource, unlike many other places, which is the human resources, all of us that come from Cape Verde. And with that, just to give you an idea, back in 2001, the national elections in Cape Verde was decided by 12 votes. 12 votes. And you know what happened? Absolutely nothing. There was no January 6th. There was no insurrection. There was no fighting in the streets. There were not fire shots everywhere. The loser basically said, I lost the elections and I'll be back in 5 years. And that's the country that we have in Cape Verde that we should all be proud of. It's the democracy on the hill of a lot of places in Africa that does not share the same thoughts. Fortunately for us, we have had some great leaders in our country, and our current president is another one of that. And the reason why the country continues to be viewed in such a way is because we believe in democracy, we believe in self-ruled, we believe in people guiding their own ways to make a better life for themselves. So in honor for us to honor the great democracy and the great country that we have, that is Cape Verde, I'd like to invite to the microphone Carla Ribeiro, and I ask you all to stand to honor us with the Cape Verdean national anthem. Carla?
Thank you so much for having me. Canta, irmãos, canta, meu irmãos, que a liberdade é nu e o homem a certeza, com dignidade inteira ao semente do pó da ilha nua, despinhadeiro da vida esperança é toda tá meio do mar que nos abraça, sentinela do mar e do vento perseverante entre estrelas e o Atlântico. Antoa é cântico da liberdade. Canta, irmãos, canta, meu irmãos, que a liberdade é nu e o homem a certeza. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Very much. Thank you, Carla. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. One of the great things about being principal at Brockton High is being the principal of such a diverse and excellent student body. We have such great students here, and Brockton has always been a community that welcomes the newcomer, that welcomes people who are looking for a better life, and our education, what we do here, is what makes that gateway for you all to have that better life. I want to bring up now our Brockton High choral group. They are under the direction of Mr. Matthew Cunningham. They are going to sing the U.S. national anthem for us. So we'll give them a round of applause. Welcome up to the stage. Please rise for the national anthem. Please rise. Thank you. Please rise for the national anthem.
so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, of the brave.
You may be seated. Thank you to our choral director and our band and our choral band. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to welcome Mr. Michael Thomas, the Superintendent of Schools, to make a few remarks.
Thank you, Principal Burns, Mr. Mayor, Mr. President, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I want to introduce some very important people who are in the building with us today that if it wasn't for them, the school system wouldn't run as well as it does. And so I want to welcome School Committee Member Tony Rodriguez, State Representative Michelle Dubois, one with two titles, Counselor at Large, and State Representative Rita Mendez. School Committee Member Joyce Asak. Our great Senator Michael Brady. City Councilor Jack Lally. City Council President Susan DeCastro. And I think to my far right, another school committee member who just had a new baby, Cynthia Mendez. I also want to thank my Deputy Superintendent Sharon Wolder, Assistant Superintendent Michelle Connors, and Assistant Superintendent Renee Haywood. And I want to thank our Communications Director, Jess, for all the work she put in today. So I'm not going to take much time, but I just wanted to say welcome to Mr. President, welcome to the School of Champions and the City of Champions, and a big part of what makes Brockton the City of Champions and continues to be the City of Champions is its Cape Verdean community. Our Cape Verdean families over the years, and I'm a graduate of Brockton High School as well. There were few when I graduated, now there's many, and Brockton has become a greater place because of it. So we thank you for your partnership with the City of Brockton. We thank all the Cape Verdean students, and these are Cape Verdean students over the years that have gone on to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Boston College, Stanford, top colleges throughout the country and the world because of what they have given to Brockton High School. I also want to thank all our teachers and administrators that are here today, many from Cape Verdean descent. Again, thank you, Mr. President, for coming, and I'm going to introduce now the Honorable Mayor Robert Sullivan.
So good afternoon, Brockton High. This is an unbelievable day here in the city of Brockton. You know, Boxer Strong is something, it's a mantra, right? And I graduated proudly from this high school. But to have a president visit us today is just phenomenal. So we want to first of all say thank you, President Neves, for coming here today. We also just had a wonderful experience downstairs. The culinary students at Brockton High just put on a wonderful lunch for the president and the team that are here, the ambassador, the consul general, and everybody. So let's give them a round of applause. They're your fellow Brockton Boxers. So I had the honor and privilege to be hosted my first official trip to Cape Verde in December before Christmas. And it was a wonderful trip, and Bridgewater State University has had a relationship for 20 years with the University of Cabo Verde. And I know the first elected state senator here in Massachusetts of Cape Verdean descent, Vinny Di Macedo, was here in the front row. Senator, thank you for being here. Also on that trip, when we were hosted by President Neves and the First Lady, was Joe Casey. And Joe Casey is the CEO of Harbor One Bank here in Brockton. Harbor One employs many Cape Verdeans in the city of Brockton. It's the banking institution for many Cape Verdean businesses in Brockton. But it also is the #1 bank in New England that does remittances. And you may say, what is a remittance? But when people send money back home to their family in Cape Verde, that's Joe and his team there. So, Mr. Casey, thank you for being here today. So everybody in this room understands how special Brockton is, right? Everybody does. And we have some visitors here from the Globe and the Herald and the Enterprise, so we need to tell our own story. And today is a historic day that we're going to be telling for many generations to come. President Neves has always loved the city of Brockton. He came to the city of Brockton as Prime Minister. He has come here many times since being President of Cabo Verde. So I want to thank the President and his team for joining us today. We will have another visit later on this afternoon with some Cape Verdean business owners. I also, I think Councilor Texera wasn't recognized. Councilor Lodge, David Texera. Thank you, Councilor. So I do, before I introduce the President, I want to do an official proclamation today to honor this historic day. It's a mayoral proclamation. Whereas Cape Verdean President José María Neves visited Brockton on this day, whereas President Neves hosted an assembly at Brockton High School promoting the importance of sustaining relationships with Cape Verde, and whereas in the spirit of friendship and collaboration, Cape Verde and Brockton have truly forged a strong and everlasting partnership, whereas Cape Verdean people have truly enriched the City of Champions with their vibrant culture, delicious foods, music, businesses, and traditions. And whereas I, Robert F. Sullivan, as this great city of Brockton's mayor, and President José María Neves are fully committed to assist Cape Verdean people living here in Brockton and those living in Cabo Verde that will be coming here to thrive and prosper. Now I, Robert F. Sullivan, as mayor of the city of Brockton, proudly proclaim today, April 3rd, in the year 2023, in our fine city of Brockton as Cape Verdean President's Day, and I respectfully urge all residents in our fine city to join me in recognizing this special day, and I sign it proudly this third day. Mr. President, welcome, welcome, welcome. We love you. We thank you.
Good afternoon. Buenos dias. Bom dia. Não. Boa tarde, boa tarde. Queria, em primeiro lugar, agradecer Liceu de Brockton, ser diretora, para esse e tudo, professores e estudantes, para essa calorosa recepção.
I want first to thank the High School of Brockton, namely the director of the high school, the teachers for this warm reception.
Queria também agradecer Mayor de Brockton para esse acolhimento.
I also want to thank the mayor of Brockton for receiving us.
Brockton é a maior cidade cabo-verdiana fora de Cabo Verde.
Brockton is the largest Cape Verdean city outside of Cape Verde.
E, portanto, Mayor Sullivan é também mayor de Cabo Verde.
And as such, Mayor Sullivan is also a Cape Verdean mayor.
Próxima viagem, não está a trazer o passaporte.
On our next trip, we will bring them the passport.
Mas não querer agradeço também tudo conselheiros municipais que estão ali, tudo autoridades ali presentes e agradeço para todo o acolhimento que a comunidade cabo-verdiana tem tido ali nos Estados Unidos.
And I would like to thank all the councilmen, all the city councilmen, and all the authorities present here today, as well as the community, the Brockton community, for this warm reception.
Para mim é sempre com grande orgulho que a visita a cidade de Brockton.
For me, it's always with great pride that I visit the city of Brockton.
Ser presidente de Cabo Verde implica estar presente na tudo ilhas de Cabo Verde.
To be the president of Cape Verde entails being present in all islands of Cape Verde.
E naturalmente que Brockton é mais ilha de Cabo Verde.
And naturally, Brockton is one more island of Cape Verde.
Quando não assume presidência, não assume compromisso de ser ouvidor de tudo cabo-verdianas e tudo cabo-verdianos nas ilhas e na diáspora.
When we began our presidency, we were to be the president of all of the islands and the diaspora.
E precisamente por isso nos está os últimos 5 dias nos Estados Unidos.
And that's precisely why we have spent the last 5 days in the United States.
Primeiro dia no visita a Connecticut.
The first day we were in Connecticut.
Segundo dia nos esteve na New Bedford.
The second day we were in New Bedford.
E ontem nos esteve na Boston e Pawtucket.
Yesterday we were in Boston and Pawtucket.
E hoje Boston e Brockton.
And today we've been in Boston and now in Brockton.
Já nos esteve com autoridades municipais.
We've visited with municipal authorities,
Com governadores
with the governors,
e com associações de cabo-verdianos,
and also with Cape Verdean associations,
com igrejas
with churches,
e também com jovens empresários.
and also with young entrepreneurs.
E hoje de manhã nos esteve com a governadora e vice-governadora de Massachusetts
This morning we were with the governor and the lieutenant governor of Massachusetts,
e agora nos está ali na Liceu de Brockton.
and now we're here in Brockton High School.
E depois não tem ainda presença na MIT,
And we will be visiting MIT,
e Dortmund
UMass Dartmouth,
e UMass Boston.
UMass
Excuse
Boston,
me. UMass Boston e também Bridgewater State University.
and also Bridgewater State University.
Ideia é estar com o Cabo Verdeano, fala com o Cabo Verde sobre Cabo Verde e nosso futuro.
The goal is to be with Cape Verdeans, to speak to Cape Verdeans, and to speak about our future.
E a nossa mensagem é uma mensagem muito positiva.
Our message is a positive message.
E geralmente nós na Cabo Verde, como nós não temos desafios ainda, não temos dificuldade e praticamente nunca tem recursos.
Generally, we in Cape Verde have many challenges, and we don't necessarily have a lot of resources.
E então a hora que nos encontra, geralmente não fala mais de problemas.
So generally, when we meet, we speak a lot about the problems.
E proposta que queremos fazer cabo-verdianos é que, nos próximos anos, nos procura construir novas soluções para o futuro.
And the proposal that I have for you, all Cape Verdeans, is that we join together in finding new solutions.
Na verdade, todo estudante de esse liceu é privilegiado.
In reality, all students from this high school are privileged.
Possibilidade de estar nessa escola,
The opportunity to be here in the school,
nessa cidade,
in the city,
nos Estados Unidos da América,
in the United States of America,
com jovens de todo o mundo.
with other youth from all over the world.
É verdade que ali nós estamos com jovens latino-americanos, jovens brasileiros, jovens americanos e jovens de outras partes do mundo.
And it is true that here in this high school, you have the opportunity of being with students who come from Latin America, Brazilian students, and other students from all over the world.
E que ali é uma enorme oportunidade
And this is great opportunity
para nós crescer enquanto cidadãos do mundo.
for you to grow as global citizens.
E Cabo Verde é efetivamente uma nação global.
And it's true that Cape Verde is a global nation.
Não tem cabo-verdianos espalhados para o mundo inteiro.
We have Cape Verdeans spread across the world.
E é bom nós estar num país onde nós aprende e vive no mundo inteiro.
And it's great for you to be in a country that you can learn to live as if you're in the whole world.
E é importante nós fazer nosso trabalho de casa.
It's important for you to complete your homework.
E nosso trabalho de casa, nesse momento, é estudar e ser excelentes alunos.
And your homework right now is to study and to be excellent students.
E em relação a estudo e aprendizagem, que tem uma segunda oportunidade.
And regarding studying and learning, there are no second chances.
E é esse momento que é momento de nós fazer melhor de nós mesmos para nós ser alunos brilhantes.
And this is the moment that you can do as best as you can to be brilliant students.
No mundo de hoje, cada dia é mais difícil que o dia anterior.
In today's world, things have become a lot harder than the day before.
Cada dia o mundo é mais complexo e mais difícil.
Each day, the world is becoming more complex and more difficult.
Então exige cada vez mais de nós para nos estar preparado para esse mundo complexo que nos está vivendo.
And now much more is required of us to be able to live in this complex world.
E escola é o melhor espaço para nos aprender a viver nesse mundo.
And schools are the best spaces for us to learn to live in this world.
cada vez mais não precisa ser inteligente,
We need to be more intelligent,
para não poder entender direito a complexidade de contexto que nós está vivendo nele,
so we may understand the complexities of the context that we live in,
para não poder ter respostas à altura de desafios de cada momento.
so we may have the answers to the challenges of the moment.
Portanto, estuda, estuda, estuda e ter como único meta ser inteligente.
So please study, 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 and have as the only objective to be smarter.
E aquele que é principal trabalho que nós temos para fazer na escola e na nossa casa.
This is the most important work we have to do at home and in school.
Segunda mensagem que eu quero deixar-nos é sobre o que é que nós devemos fazer para nos ajudar a Cabo Verde.
Secondly, I also want to tell you what you can do to help Cape Verde.
Bom, primeiro, estuda.
Well, the first is to study.
Segundo, é ser bom cidadão americano.
Second is to be a good American citizen.
Nos ajuda enormemente Cabo Verde se nós ser bom cidadão nos Estados Unidos da América.
You can greatly help Cape Verde if you become a good American citizen.
Que passa necessariamente para nós conhecer os direitos e os deveres e para nós cumprir inteiramente.
Which requires that you know your responsibilities and your rights so you may then follow up.
E enquanto presidente de Cabo Verde, quero pedir tudo cabo-verdianas e tudo cabo-verdianos nos Estados Unidos, mas junto, nós que está vive lá e nós que está vive ali, não pode acelerar passo para não construir Cabo Verde cada vez melhor.
As the president of Cape Verde, I want to ask you all, those who live here and those who live in Cape Verde, so that united we can build a better future for Cape Verde.
É claro que nesses 50 anos de nossa independência não faz razoavelmente bem aquilo que não tinha que fazer.
And of course, in these last 50 years of our independence, we have done fairly well what we needed to do.
Agora é momento de não fazer diferente, de não fazer mais e de não fazer melhor.
Now is the moment to do it differently, do it more and do it more.
Do more and better.
More and better.
Yes. Para não construir futuro melhor para todo o Cabo Verdeano.
So we may build a better future for all Cape Verdeans.
E não dá conta com tudo cabo-verdianos que vivem nos Estados Unidos, particularmente as nova geração de jovens que estão ali nesse liceu de Brockton.
And we expect help from all Cape Verdeans that live in the United States, in particular those that are here in this high school, in this Brockton High School.
Agora, no mês tem mais sofisticação na maneira modo que não decide e não fazer coisas na Cabo Verde.
Now we must be more sophisticated in the decisions that we make and in the actions that we take in Cape Verde.
E no mês para jovens estudantes ali de Brockton, ajudando a fazer esse caminho de maior sofisticação.
And we need the students here in Brockton to help us with this path of more sophistication.
E com as ideias, com a abertura de espírito, com a criatividade, não pode junto construir Cabo Verde de nosso sonho.
And with your talents, with your creativity, with your open-mindedness, we can do better for Cape Verde.
E então, essa mensagem que eu quero deixar para nós ali na escola.
So this is the message that I want to leave you with.
Me fica extremamente contente com essa escola, um almoço ali, almoço feito para estudantes da escola.
I am very happy with the school. I had lunch in the culinary programs in the school.
E hoje comprometimento de jovens que prepara bom alimento.
And I saw their compromise with preparing good food for us.
É claro que nem só do pão vive o homem.
And of course,
Nem só do pão vive o homem.
man does not live only of bread.
I don't know, good,
This is
good.
probably
Yeah,
a good
okay.
reason why all of you should fight for the seal of biliteracy.
It's good. Okay. Sempre é importante não ter essa ideia de também não ter essa abertura de espírito, esse comportamento cívico e no resgate conjunto de valores que é importante para o futuro.
So it's always important to have this civic-minded so we can then bring about important values for the future.
E merca está dando que os outros alimentos ali. Outra maneira, modo que pessoas jogam para bandeira, hora que está canta hino nacional.
And I was noticing how everybody looked at the flag when we sang the national anthem.
É importante esse amor a nosso país, a nossos símbolos nacionais, a nossa autoridade para ensinar-nos a ser mais patriotas.
And it's important, this love for the nation. It's important, the love for the authorities, because it teaches us to be more patriotic.
E ali nós podemos ajudar que os outros jovens que estão lá e que os outros jovens que estão bem.
And here you can help a great deal, not only the youth that's there, but also those that are about to come.
Não tem que aprender a ser patriota.
We need to learn to be patriotic.
Não tem que aprender a amar nosso país.
We need to learn to love our country.
E se não faz aquilo, não está construir uma sociedade de amizade, sem violência, onde nós todos não está participa para beber a mais grande.
And if that's our goal, then we can build a society without violence, where we are to come together and to become greater.
E então é essa ideia que eu quero deixar para nós tudo.
So these are the ideas that I want to live with you all.
Obrigado imensamente por nós ter vindo.
Thank you so much for being here.
E Cabo Verde está conta conosco para nos construir futuro muito mais brilhante.
And Cape Verde counts on you to build a brighter future.
Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, President Neves. I would like to wrap up our assembly today by reminding us all, right, there are some words in Latin written on the Great Seal of the United States, and those words are e pluribus unum, which mean out of many one. So when President Neves talked about a global community, Brockton High is that global community. We are many different nations. Every continent on this planet is represented here at Brockton High, but we come together each and every day as one community of learners to do exactly what President Neves said, which is to be our best academically and to go out and grab the best future that you can possibly grab. I want to thank every student here for being so responsible today and so respectful. I want to give you a round of applause because you did a great job today. Thank you. To close right now, if you could stand, we are going to retrieve the colors. So our JROTC color guard is going to retrieve the colors. So if you could please stand while they come and take the flags and retrieve those. So thank you. And again, that protocol for our students who haven't done this before is while they're retrieving the colors that we stand respectfully and quietly while they retrieve the colors of Cabo Verde and the United States. Thank you. Thank you, Color Guard. A big round of applause for those guys for doing that for us today. So, to the students, in honor of the mayor has proclaimed it Cape Verdean President's Day. In honor of that, I am going to now dismiss you 5 minutes early. So you are all set to head out for the day. Thank you, everyone. To our dignitaries and any staff that would like, we have a reception in the outer lobby, so please stay and join with us, and you can have some great snacks at our reception. Thank you.